ancestors came from Europe in the area of Poland and Russia. This is Germany over here, and this is Russia over here. Granddad Ortlieb was born in Sulitz, which is in the Ukraine or Volhynia area where they did a lot of farming, and mother was born near there in Karasówka, and dad was born here near Warsaw in Plotkownic. This is the general area of the Ukraine where grandfather Ortlieb and mother Ortlieb was born. This is Zhytomyr, and Kiev is over there. This is Novgorod here. Grandfather was born in Sulitz, which is now called Sudilko, I think, according to some genealogy researchers. And mother was born here in Karasówka, which the town is now gone. It was bombed out in World War I, and there's nothing left of it at all. This is the area in Poland where Grandpop and Father Ortlieb and Mother lived. This is Warsaw here, Germany's over here, and Russia's over there. And this is along the Bug River, which goes clear through Warsaw and it goes clear down into the Ukraine. Across the city from Plotkownic is a place called Brock, is a big town. Dad was born in Plotkownic here. Mother and Grandpa lived here in Ochenta. Granddad came to the United States in 1907, and Mom and Dad came in 1914. This little place here is where Father Ortlieb was confirmed in the church. It's on his confirmation certificate. This is a map sent by Günter Radke, who lives near Hamburg. It's a map in Russian, and he translated it. I was looking for this Gros Papus, which was on Dad's confirmation certificate, and nobody could find it, and he finally found it. It was located right there, northeast of Plotkownic. So that was another riddle solved. This is a map of Plotkownic area made as it was in 1930. Dad was born in this area, which is Plotkownic, and down here is Ochenta, where Granddad lived and Mother lived before they migrated to America. And in Satellage here, this church is where Mother was confirmed. On it we can see a number of names, like Günter Radke appears quite a bit. There's a K and an F Ortlieb, and Jops, which is mother's maiden name, is on here all over. So this is basically where a lot of our ancestors came from.
Can you tell us about your granddad?
Yeah, this is a grandfather Ortlieb, probably in 1960, I would guess. He died in 1965. And this was at the old age home where he stayed until he died. It's the Ortlieb clan when we took a trip back to New Jersey in 1960. This happens to be a picture of his wife Elizabeth when she died when she was 35 in Haddon Heights, New Jersey.
Can you tell us any more about your granddad?
Okay, when he moved out of Sudilko in Russia, went up to Ochenta, probably about 1900 or thereabouts. He went from there to Baltimore, Maryland, where he stayed on the ship Cassell, where he stayed in Philadelphia, and he lived in various places in Glassboro, New Jersey, near Williamstown. And here's a picture of where we lived in 1927, and he helped dig all the holes for these trees. There's probably 3 or 4 of them that already died, but he dug the holes and Dad put the fruit trees in. Then he eventually moved up to Haddon Heights, New Jersey, where they lived, and where I'd visit on summer vacations, and that's where his wife died. And after a while, he got too infirm, so he moved into this old age home in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, and he died in 1965.
Can you tell us about your dad?
Yeah, here's a few pictures of him. I only have two. This one here is when, I believe he was single, and I think that was taken in Philadelphia. I don't even recognize the area. And this was taken in Williamstown, in town, in the house they bought after they sold the house on Lake Avenue when I was in the service.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your dad?
Yeah, when Dad was born in Pletkabnitz, he lived there until 1914. Then he came over to Philadelphia, where he stayed with his father, and eventually migrated down to the Williamstown area, New Jersey, where he had a house built, and that's where I spent my childhood. He, during the Depression years, he had odd jobs. He worked in town as an auto mechanic. Then later he learned to be a machinist and worked in the shipyards in Philadelphia. And he continued with that line of work until he retired, and must have been 65, I suppose.
What can you tell us about your mom?
Okay, these are some pictures. This is of Mom before she was married in 1914. I imagine it was taken in Philadelphia. And this is where she worked in Philadelphia. She worked as a waitress, and it was mainly a lobster house, I guess. And that's her boss with their kid. And I think she used to babysit that child too for a while. And this is a picture of Mom and Dad getting married with his brother Fred. His Mom and Dad, and I don't know who that person is. That was, I think, in 1916 or 17 in Tacony, Pennsylvania. Here's some more wedding pictures. This is the main guy there is Mother's father, Jacob Jeske. And these other guys are just probably friends of Jacob. Yeah, when Mother left Kudasuvka, she and her cousin, Julia David, went by ox cart up to Pletkabnitz, which was quite Ochenta, which was quite a ways. They lived there. Mother was with her step-grandfather, I believe, because her father went to America, Jacob. She was living on a farm. She was about 5, and she was doing cow herding and various farm chores. Then she left there in 1914 and came into Philadelphia. I don't remember who she stayed with. So she met Dad there. A few years after she moved there, she got married, migrated into New Jersey. That's mainly where I'll tell when I grew up.